with records like 16-4. So it's getting there already. But there's always that breakout star that just start beating up people, and then he comes on the big scene and he beats the big people. So, you know, I mean, he's got to get a free pass, right? I mean, he's just that good that he can go straight to the top. So I don't see any problems here.
Guys, what about you? I mean, how many fights do you have any amateur fights before you start fighting pro, any of you guys?
I did amateur Muay Thai, five of them, so.
You call them amateur, but they're as pro as they get. You know, you're just in there like any other pro fight. So I would say no, but I think Boss hit it right on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's worked out for you three guys. That's why I ask. You know, I don't know for sure if a lot of fights, because we see boxers sometimes and they get worn out early. I mean, the great ones don't because of the talent, but there's some guys, their careers are burned out because of all those amateur fights they had, and because then they jump in and you know, they're on their 50th fight and they're 24 years old and they're beat up.
If I have a fighter coming in and he's a beginning fighter, I'm going to try to put him in as many fights as I can to get him warmed up. It's like driving a car. I always say the more you do it, the better you get at it. But if this guy after 3 fights just demolishes his opponents, and I'm seeing moving around and stepping aside and just toying with this guy's totally calm and relaxed, I'll put him in the big league right away. So it's all about that.
Question number 2. This comes from a big Dallas Cowboy fan in Raleigh, North Carolina. Barbara, who loves you, by the way, boss. But then again, who doesn't? She talks about Herschel Walker. And I remember this. Walker took up ballet. A lot of guys were doing it at that time to help improve the footwork. Does that help out in translating to MMA fighting if the footwork, especially ballet training?
You know, this is the deal. Ballet is a very physical sport. Right? If you as a mixed martial artist, if you have to choose between training really hard to sparring or going to ballet, you take the sparring because it's eventually you're going to do that in the ring or in the cage. Now, if ballet would have been nice and relaxed, you know, and the stretching part and all that, then I can say, okay, you worked out 3 times really, really hard, and I'm going to take a break like yoga. You know, and when you do, he's going to put it behind his back, look, like that. You know, because then you don't burn any energy. But people don't realize that ballet is a very physical sport. They make it look to us that it's really easy, but that's the whole concept of that. It's very, very hard. So you're going to crash if you do all those workouts. I rather say spend all that hard workout on a real workout with fighting, because that's what you're eventually going to do.
I feel much better, though, now that I've stretched.
You did. That was a great stretch. Can you put it behind your neck?
Yeah, but you know, I'll get the wiring, and then we'll fall down, and then we'll have to stop
like a G-string. He has it between his legs.
Stop the show. And I will say this: Baryshnikov never had a knockout, unless you count dating Jessica Lange.
Ooh,
just remember that.
That was
all right. Now, time for our split decision, guys. Here we go. Can anybody defeat Cyborg? I think we're talking about, can any women fighters defeat Cyborg, Gegard?
Yeah, I think Maluskuna has a very good chance.
I think there's that Aaron Tuffill who's out there, who I've seen. There's a couple fighters out there that are really good, girl fighters that, you know, they haven't been, that, you know, I think she even beat Marlo, or what's her name? Yeah, I think Aaron Tuffill did beat her.
Tony?
Well, just like they say, there's always someone out there that can beat you. So she hasn't stepped up.
All right. Tony, who's going to win? Nick Diaz, Maria Saromskis?
You know what, I'll say Nick Diaz.
Gilbert, I know who you're saying.
Diaz, all the way.
Diaz.
All right, unanimous there. Now, guys, help us pick out our highlight of the week here on Inside MMA. Here are your 3 choices. Carol Merrill behind door number 1. Show us the first one, please. This is Chris Miller against Courtney Smith. Miller wins by TKO. Boom, boom, pow. I got the boom, boom, pow.
That's like a bar fight in the cage. Ah, I love that fight.
Or number 2. John Kears taking on Byron Bloodworth in Rome, Georgia. Kears wins by the rear naked choke. Or do we move on to what's behind door number 3? Harris Norwood against Blake Bowman, also in the Battle of Rome, and Norwood delivering the wicked knee for the knockout.
I know what's going to be.
Gegard, which one is it going to be? Of those
I would pick number 1 because of the Black Eyed Pea thing you said.
You like that?
It made it much better.
You can't go wrong with the Will.i.am and the guys. Okay, and you would go with?
Number 1, 2 heavyweights going like that. I like to watch that.
I have influenced the show already.
You did.
Tony?
I'm going to say number 3.
Thank you.
Me too. I like a decisive thing. Boom, knockout. Over and get out.
That's what you want to see. A nice, hard, clean knockout.
There we go.
That was.
That's Funaki.
All right. Tony, getting ready to defend your belt once again. This will be your heavyweight belt.
Yes.
Do you ever get them confused sometime when you're training and see, is it lightweight? No, I could put on a few pounds. I'm heavyweight for this fight.
No.
But they bring the wrong belt if you walk to the cage, you know. They walk behind you with the heavyweight belt while you're fighting a light heavyweight.
I usually bring both just so I don't mix them up, you know. Bring them both. Play it safe, play it safe.
Hey, I tell you, that's really amazing, because I imagine that's kind of tough going up and down sometime in weight. I know it's not a huge jump, but, you know, it is a jump. And
it's not too bad, because my weight is pretty much where a light heavyweight person would be walking around at. You know, I'm about roughly 215, 220. So, I mean, for lightweight, it's just cutting a few pounds, and I'm there. Heavyweight, I just stay at the same weight. I got my same speed, you know, all that. So it helps me out with my heavier opponents because I got a little more speed on them. So.
And we'll see you, King of the Cage, here on HDNet next month.
That's
in
right.
New Mexico, defending that title.
That's right.
Gegard, how about yourself? What do you walk around at? What about the deal moving up in weight and all?
I'm trying to put on some weight, but it's much harder than I thought. And
A rarity, isn't it, for a guy having trouble putting on weight?
Yeah, because I do a lot of also cardio training. I don't want to be very slow. I'm training more explosive, like with weights. So it's, yeah, I'm walking around now 214 to 218, something in between.
And Gilbert, your next fight is going to be still out there. The belt's still there. It's yours to take.
Yeah, you know, I'm just waiting to hear from Scott. I'm sure after the January 30th show we'll sit down and talk. But I want to be on CBS. I want to be on that big card. I'd love to fight on that one.
All right, Gegard knows that, and Strikeforce wants him, and the UFC will be trying to woo you, and you know all that means more money.
More money.
Hopefully.
More money. All right, guys, great to have all the champs with us today. Thank you. Continued success. Next week, we're going to talk football guys that have turned MMA, and Boss is going to predict the Super Bowl for you. Wow, I can't wait till then. Thank you for watching us. I'm Kenny Rice.
And I'm Boss Rutten, and El Guapo throws it out one more time. Godspeed, everybody, and party on.